A small bit of a freak out with, hello Lucy, my own body once again, the surgery that I had the other day. I'm really grateful for this time, for these reflections, even though I appear to be getting up later and later and later. 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, I can make it kind of thinking, which is very realistic for me when I'm getting ready to give up on something. And so I'm noticing these behaviors, I'm noticing these patterns, and I don't want to give up, so I'm talking about it, right? Okay, so with all this, I've got quite a bit of swelling. I can feel the fluid inside. I'm nervous that they took out the drain too soon. Of course, I'm nervous that I'm doing too much, which means that I probably am. And then that gets all wrapped up into whether or not people like me or not. I mean, how do we get from one to the other seems insane to some people, but for me, it is not quite as insane as it sounds. At any rate, we're going to do our breathing this morning. I've sat down in a comfortable position for me. This is not how you have to be sitting. I'm just sitting on my heels. And guys, when I sit on my heels, I just want to give you a little FYI. When I sit on my heels, I'm sitting almost with my toes. My heels are out a little bit. They're more on my sits bones. It's not like my heels are touching and I'm doing this. Oh my gosh, that hurts my ankles so much. When I'm sitting, I'm like kind of hip width distance apart, and I sit back as I move forward on a mat, right? I sit back and I kind of do this separation of my heels, and I'm sitting on my feet. Now, I do a lot of footwork as well, like leaning back, right, to make sure that's all worked out. But then, like, if I'm really doing footwork, I'll separate my feet more and make sure that I am also stretching the inner portion of my foot. So there's lots of footwork that can be done there that's not so comfortable. But for me, this is where I can typically sit until my legs fall asleep. Which, I don't know, I guess 30 minutes, 20, 30 minutes, something like that. Okay, lessons 101 on sitting. So we're gonna actually start with the Anapana breathing and then move right into retention breathing. So relax and know that we're in a safe space. You can close your eyes. You can listen to the Himalayan singing bowls in the background. I'm noticing that YouTube doesn't tag me on anything that's bowl-ish sounding. Thank goodness for people that, well, I'm not going to get into any of that. I'm grateful. So in through the nose, feeling a little brush of air that is happening between the nose and the upper lip, and exhaling and noticing the air flowing. And if you need your little assistant, right, taking your hand, kind of maybe even feeling little hairs there first. Guys, when I talk about this is the smallest sensation, not ever, but it is so tiny. Smallest sensation. So think about the tiny sensation, the almost the inability for our brain to even process finding this sensation. There's an end game here, I promise. If we can find the tiniest sensation that's happening, how many other sensations can we potentially find in our body? Taking the breath in. Doesn't have to be huge. Don't have to think about your posture. You're not thinking about any of this other stuff. Our focal point. The brain starts to wander off into, oh man, Kate, I just slept another 30 minutes. Bring it back. Bring it back. Kate, I've got a list of crap I can do today. I know, bring it back. We all do. Kate, I'm different. I know, we all think that we're different. Bring it back. My head says, the bells are uneven. There's not a normal count to it. Okay, who cares? Why do I have an attachment to that? Who cares? Stop it. Breathe anyway. Let's take 3 more of these very, very conscious, noticing, courageous breaths. Gently pull yourself forward onto all fours. I am going to turn. You do not have to turn. I'm a little concerned about my camera right now, but just go ahead and know that you're turning. You are turning. You are turning. Let's see, is that a little better? Maybe. All right. There. All right, go back to your Anapana breathing. In through the nose, arms are straight, but yet elbows twisted towards the back. We're not sinking into our chest. We're keeping a nice, firm stance. No real movement here, giving the opportunity for the lungs to actually have a little bit more space, okay? In through the nose. Out through the nose. On your next inhale, we're going to go inhale through the nose, pull the chest up and through, hold the breath. Exhale. Pull the belly in, round the spine, tuck the chin, hold the breath outside of the body, pressing the ground away. Inhale, pull through the nose, lift the chest up. Make sure your lowest of lower bellies are in, we're holding. Exhale, round through the spine. I
You might notice if you're watching me, I go backwards during this kind of retention breathing. Hold the breath outside the body. It's one of the harder ones to do. Inhale, I do go forward. I start at the front of the chest and then end at the tailbone. Hold. And as I inhale here, I'll start at the tailbone and round. Exhaling, exhaling, exhaling. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale, round. Think middle back stretches as high as it can to the sky, tucking the chin. Hold. Inhale. Hold. While you're holding, what does your brain go to? Exhale. Hold. Is it trying to find the extra amount of air that you have in the lungs? Are you griping at me? Inhale. Going, oh my gosh, there's no way, she's holding us too long, I can't do that. Hold. Or are you going back to the Anapana breathing where you're trying to find, go, exhale, trying to find the breath underneath the nose, above the lip. Hold. Inhale, there's two more. Hold, nothing's happening. There's no movement underneath the nose, above the lip. We're left in silence. Exhale. Hold. What is there to do? Maybe we just hold the space. Inhale. And then gently set the hips back to the heels. Let's get off the wrists. Flip the palms to the sky. Hips back to the heels. Let the head hang. No super important breath here other than just easing into some relaxation. It's a huge hip compression. You can even imagine me coming up behind you, maybe pressing my feet on the tops of your feet. Maybe even taking my hands and pressing at the lower back and moving down just a smidge more. And as you take a giant inhale, I back off the pressure. And as you exhale, just slowly sinks you a little bit more than what you could do by yourself. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, the pressure kind of goes away. I'm still there though. And exhale, allow the pressure to sink. Gently come back up onto all fours, and then we're going to go ahead and come into something called cow face. So how I get into cow face, other people, it's just different, right?
So we've been taught, a lot of us, to take the right leg up and over the left. That it seems very like the long way around, okay? When really I could get heavy in my right knee, and just cross the left one behind me. 6 in one hand, a dozen in the other. They're both fine. They're both right. Except I think mine's brighter. Okay, there you go. I just said it. And then walk back. And set the left hip down and then the right hip down. Now, yesterday I kind of talked about the same thing. I would prefer for both hips to be down rather than to be leaning with your right foot down and your right hip and right knee up. So there's a lot of times, let's see, I don't have a small block around me, I just have this big ass one right here. There's a lot of times people will try to meet the space, which is a great way to say it, and they'll take a block and they'll put a block kind of right here, right, to where they're meeting the space, where their foot can be down and their butt can be on something solid, right? I'm okay with that too, but look what's happening, right? At least my butt's on something, right? I'm kind of level in a way, right? So you get kind of the best of both worlds. There's nothing wrong with props. That's why we use props. That's why it's a gazillion-dollar industry. I literally, if I showed you my closet right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 5 different size blocks for different applications. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with that. And then when in doubt, just lift your leg up, right? So I'm gonna lift my leg up in this cow face. Keep the knees as tight as possible. We're going to take little handsies, okay? Take the thumbs over the ears. You're going to take your ring fingers and press down at the thumbs. Take an inhale. And then as you press your nostrils towards each other, after your fourth one, lower your hands down, and then left hand, go to the outside of the left, right knee, and your right hand to the back side of the body on the ground. Looky here, I have this block here. I'm going to use it. I'm going to press down on the block. Try and move my leg over. And twist. Let's go back to our Anapana breathing here. Inhaling through the nose. Not paying attention to anything else in the body. The position of the body is just the position of the body. We don't have any sort of attachment to it. It just is. It's not perfect. It's not what we want. It's not what happened yesterday. It's not what's going to happen tomorrow. It just is. What I want us to feel is a tiny space. If we need help getting there again, maybe push your lips a little bit. Make them kind of go up. makes the space smaller between the nose and the upper lip. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Gently unwind. Leave the left leg in front, although extended to the right corner of the mat. Pull the left heel into the groin. I send all the energy forward. I am not going very far today, okay? So don't go, oh wow, this stretch is not for me because I don't go very far. Stop that. Let that idea go. It's not reality. And those types of thoughts keep us from doing everything. I was talking to a girlfriend yesterday. She's in my industry with me, and I was like, yeah, so how's this going? She was like, I'm working on it. And I'm like, no, you're not. She's like, no, I am. I'm working on it. I'm like, what does working on it mean? Is working on it like doing triangle on the mat? And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, I mean, we can all do a crappy triangle, right? We can all, you know, kind of not get very deep, and we can, you know, like put your elbow on your knee, and you can like forget about your back foot, and you can do all this stuff, right? I said, but girl, are you doing triangle? And she was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so let's talk about it in a different way, right? So you've got like the long expanse of your legs, and your legs are super warm, and you're gone an extra foot, and you've made sure your knee is perfectly over your ankle, and your toes are pointed the right way, and you've got massive tension between your inner thighs, and you found your back foot just flat, and your pinky toe is just like gripped to the ground, and you've got all the bandhas just like locked into place, and then you've decided, you know, this particular person can take a bind, I cannot, but I'm like, and then you've decided you can lean over that extra inch, and you've opened your shoulder, and you've really got the bind, not by the groin, but you've got this bind by your knee, and you're just rocking it. And I was like, so what's that? Triangle? Huh. So are you working on it or not? No, I'm not working on it. There's the truth. There's the energy. So this, my friend, is working on it. We're leaning forward. I'm not putting a great deal of effort in it, but man, I sure feel it in my lower back, and I sure do feel it through my hamstring. And now we're going to go back to retention breathing. So you're going to take an inhale. This time I'm going to count. And an exhale. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. On your exhale, I want you to walk your fingers forward, 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 forward. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Back it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Check your right butt cheek. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, back it off, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, take it forward, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, stay there, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, inhale, come all the way back up, gently, 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 and just let the body relax. A little bit of break dancing. I actually did make this Kate-ism the other night, which was kind of funny. Me making fun of myself is always one of my favorite things to do. So break dancing sometimes just means that you kind of know where I'm going, but I kind of don't know how to get you there. So what's happening here is I just took my right leg underneath and I took my left leg on top. My left hip is super high, so I know I need to drop the left hip down as much as I need to get my butt cheek on the ground. I'll pull my left leg up a little bit. Now, I don't think any of my yoga teachers would think that this was a very good cow face. I would tell them to fuck off right now. And they would go, okay, she's doing cow face. Very much like me talking to my girlfriend and telling her, are you doing triangle or not? And it's the same idea. Because cow face, your like shins are supposed to be forward and your knees are like supposed to be stacked, but I'm gonna be real with you, my right hip is killing me today, so I'm just doing what I can. All right, okay, so we're getting all kind of set here, making sure your both butt cheeks are on the ground. You're gonna take your little handsies, thumbs go to the ears, pressing in. Your ring fingers are your little wings. Press down with the thumbs, take an inhale, and exhale, buzz. Gently let those guys go. I can't remember if I did 5 or 4 on each side. I think I did 4 on the other and 5 on this one. This side wasn't very good anyway, so that's me judging myself. That is done. Because it's all perfect. Left leg out to the side. Right heel is into the groin. Not anything huge. And you're letting yourself come forward. Now, this is just anatomical, right? When you're leaning your body forward, your driver becomes the right arm. If your right knee is bent, your driver, you're going to automatically take it to the inner part of your right knee for that to be your leverage point, okay? That's fine, okay? You will always have a driver, okay? If you're using that driver to your advantage, use it to where you can keep your left hip down. And you try it, right?
stop using your driver, right? Lift the right arm up and notice how your left hip comes up. Now put your driver back down on your knee and notice how you can leverage it, the left hip back down. That's fine. And then you've got all these like way cuckoo people that like don't need the leverage, they don't need the driver, and they're like, oh my gosh, look at me, I'm totally down. I don't have that kind of hip mobility, okay? Most of us do not. I'm talking 85% of the population does not. Okay, so we're gonna do our retention breathing. Oh crap, I've gone over again. Okay, and then we're gonna be done. All right, so it's 6:33, I get it, I'm sorry. Yep, I was 3 minutes late anyway. All right, so we're gonna take an inhale and an exhale. Now on your inhale, I want you to pull yourself forward. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back it off. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, take it forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, take it back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stay there. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you hold, round back up. And the body relaxes. All right, I'm gonna face you. Stay right where you are if you'd like. Crisscross applesauce. Hands down right next to you. Press the ground away. Drop your chin down to what I would call 12 o'clock. So the top of the head is going towards 12. I use the clock quite a bit. Anapana breathing. Inhale, take the clock back to the center. And exhale, take the chin up to the sky. This is 6 o'clock. Inhale, come back up. Drop the right ear down to the right. This would be 3 o'clock. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, left ear down to the left. That'd be 9 o'clock. Inhale, back up. Hands come to your heart center. 3 beautiful breaths. Inhale, arms out wide. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Inhale. As we bring our thumbs to the forehead, pass through to the nose, come to the lips, and then come to the heart. Namaste, my friends. I will see you tomorrow.